In this lecture, fractions lecture 5, we shall be considering division of fractions. Before we delve into the concept of division of fractions, we want you to note that if we say 6 divided by 2, which is equals to 3, 6 is called the dividend, while 2 is called the divisor, and 3 is called the quotient or result. Take note of that. If you say 6 divided by 2, of course you know the answer is 3. That 6 there is called the dividend. Then the 2 there is called the divisor, and 3 is called the quotient or result. Okay, now let's delve into the concept of division of fractions. When two fractions are divided together, we simply invert the divisor and then multiply the result. This is the simple concept. When two fractions are divided together, the first thing you are to do is to identify the divisor. Once you are able to identify the divisor, then invert it. Inverting means change it, that is, turn it upside down, and then multiply the result. Okay, let's solve some examples so that you can see what we are trying to explain. For example, we are given 2 over 3 divided by 3 over 8. You can see that this is the divisor. Take note of that. As we told you that 6 divided by 2 equals to 3, it means that 6 is the dividend and 2 is the divisor. So in this fraction, 2 over 3 divided by 3 over 8. 3 over 8 is the divisor. Okay, now the rule says when two fractions are divided together, we simply invert the divisor. So this is what we are going to have. And then we multiply the result. So you can see that this is equals to 2 over 3 remains. We now change the division sign to multiplication signs times. And then we now invert the divisor. The divisor was 3 over 8. So, but we have changed it to what? 8 over 3. Then we can now multiply the result. So what we are going to now have is what? 2 times 8 all over 3 times 3. Of course, 2 times 8 is what? 16. All over 3 times 3 is what? 9. Then you can now, if you want to change your answer to mixed fraction, you can simply say 16 divided by 9. That is one whole number, remainder 7, and then we remain all over 9. I hope you understand what we just explained. When two fractions are divided together, we simply invert the divisor and then multiply the result. That is the rule. Okay, let's solve another example. Example 2 says 7 over 13 divided by 3 over 4. So of course, this is equals to what? You can see that this is what? The divisor, right? So this is equals to 7 over 13 times. That is the division changes to multiplication sign. And then we invert the divisor. It was 3 over 4. Then we inverted it to what? 4 over 3. So now we can now multiply through directly. So this is what? 7 times 4 all over 13 times 3. 7 times 4 is 28. All over 13 times 3 is what? 39. Okay, that's the answer. It's a proper fraction, so we leave it there. Okay, let's solve another example. Example 3. Example 3 says 1 divided by 5 over 9. Of course, you can see that this is the divisor, right? Then what we are going to do is that we are going to change it. We are going to change, as it will invert the divisor and change the division sign to multiplication. But before we do this, we want you to note that in mathematics, any number that stands alone is over 1. For instance, if you see 10, it means 10 over 1. So just as we have 1 here, this 1 here means what? 1 over 1. I hope you understand that. Okay, so this now will be equals to what? 1 over 1 times 9 over 5. We change the division sign to multiplication and then we invert the fraction. Then we can now multiply directly. So this is now equals to 1 times 9 all over 1 times 5. 1 times 9 gives us 9, and 1 times 5 gives us 5. So that is the answer. Of course, if you want to change it to a mixed fraction, you can simply say 9 divided by 5. That is one whole number with the remainder 4 over the original 5. Okay. Another example. We have one whole number 2 over 3 divided by 2 whole number 1 over 5. Now these are mixed fractions. So the first thing we have to do is to convert the mixed fractions to improper fraction. So on converting that, we are going to have, of course, this is 3 times 1, which is 3, plus 2, that's 5 over 3. In our previous lecture, we were able to show you how to convert from mixed fractions to improper fractions. So we don't expect you to have any challenge here. So we had 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, that's 5 over 3, divided by, we now said 5 times 2, 10 plus 1, what? 11 all over 5. Now you can see that this is the divisor. So we are going to invert that, right? So we're going to change this division sign to multiplication. So we're going to have 5 over 3 times, then the 11 over 5 now is now inverted to have 5 over 11. So we can now multiply through. So this is now equals to 5 times 5 all over 3 times 11. 5 times 5 is 25, all over 3 times 11 is what? 33. So that is a proper fraction. I hope you understand what we just explained. So division of fraction is as simple as this. Okay, let's give you something to play with because we've come to the end of this particular lecture. The question says, simplify the following. Number 1, 4 over 5 divided by 10 over 7. B, 4 over 10 divided by 2 over 5. C, 2 whole number 2 over 5 divided by 4 whole number 1 over 2. See you in our next lecture. In our next lecture, we shall be considering fractions, lecture 6. Here, we are going to teach you addition and subtractions of fractions. Thank you for your attention.